Now, at one point, Charles gets arrested because the government gets wind of this whole kidnapping situation. And he was flown out to Miami to testify about this whole situation.
Yeah, my lawyer defended my mother for that case.
He said he didn't say anything. He didn't cooperate.
So I went to Florida, went to the deposition. And what you have to understand, she was never charged with the Kennedy thing. That never even, issue was never even raised. She was only charged with 3 murders. So the 3 murders that happened in 1982, I didn't know Griselda until 1991. So it's nothing I could tell them regarding those 3 murders. I didn't have no information regarding that, you know what I'm saying? But that was, 9 years, 10 years before my time with Griselda. So, I had no relevant information about any murders that Reeve committed, on behalf of Griselda. And it's like I said, as far as the Kennedy situation, that never came up. You know what I'm saying? That never, ever came up, On my deposition, her lawyer kind of asked about it. And so...
Griselda's lawyer?
Yeah, Griselda's lawyer.
Asked you about the Kennedy assassination? Kidnapping?
Somehow it came up. Somehow it came up.
Okay.
So, but everything else, as far as the murder, I'm like, I didn't know Griselda during that time period. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, I'm a drug dealer. That's all I've ever been.
Listen, I'm not here for that. I'm not going to say he did or he didn't, but
things went a little haywire in that whole trial because before it actually happened, one of the workers for the prosecution was caught basically sending sexual pictures to Rivy.
2 workers.
2 workers.
Yeah.
They were basically having like phone sex and she
would bake cakes and have them walked in the county jail for him.
Yeah.
With stuff in them and
Yeah. So essentially after all this was found out, the whole case fell apart. And in 1998, your mom pled guilty to 3 second-degree murder charges, which was 20 years to run concurrently. So with time served, she would get out in 5 years.
7, 5, something like that.
Something like that, exactly. That next year, she was transferred from the federal prison in Florida into a state prison. And at that point, the cushy life that she had previously went away. And now she's really doing hard time.
Yeah, she becomes a number. And now she's doing hard time. I have a lot of her close friends that live in the area where I live in or are friends of mine. And there was a thing like in the state, in Florida State, a lot of the girls would get Griselda right here because they would call her Grandma Griselda. And they said it was hard for her, but she was an old lady that was used to doing time. So, but it was hard for her because our daily conversations were different. It was, she's like, listen, this ain't the camp. This ain't the feds. These motherfuckers treat me bad here and this and that. But now, after a while, it got easier for her because lo and behold, she's Griselda Blanco. So she's going to make it work for herself too. And, my mother still had a little bit of change put away. So there was always a little money here, a little there. It was easier for her. But yeah, if Florida State prisons are completely different.